After days of back and forth, right now at 10, we finally have some answers about how a suspected rapist was let out of jail less than 24 hours after a U of H student was attacked in a parking garage on campus. Tonight, the search continues for Eric LaTroy Brown, 40 years old, and the U.S. Marshals Gulf Coast Violent Offenders Task Force has joined that effort. The task force has been brought in 1 week after his alleged knife point attack. KPRC2's Bryce Newberry is back on the U of H campus tonight with what went wrong in this case.
Tonight, for the first time, we're hearing mistakes were made in the handling of this violent rape case on the UH campus. The district attorney telling me the system failed this rape survivor after the suspect walked out of jail just hours after his alleged attack. And while UH leaders have refused to go on camera tonight, they say they will work with the DA's office to improve coordination for a better response to crime. 1 week after a University of Houston student got ambushed and raped at knife point in this parking garage.
We made mistakes.
Harris County District Attorney Teare going one-on-one with KPRC2 to address how the suspected rapist, arrested hours after the attack, walked free from the jail just hours later.
There's been a lot of chatter online since this happened of people saying that, the DA's office dropped the ball. What's your response to that?
It was a breakdown of communication. And because of it, we have a very dangerous person on the streets.
Student safety is at stake.
UH students have marched through campus this week demanding better security.
I don't see how they let him go.
If they have evidence to prove that he's guilty, then I don't know why he's released.
About 6 hours after the rape, Teare says UHPD officers on patrol came across the suspect, Eric Brown, acting erratically. He became aggressive and they had to tase him, records show, and police said he might have matched the description of the sexual assault suspect. One intake prosecutor verbally accepted charges of resisting arrest and assault on a public servant, and Teare says officers started writing up the paperwork. But when a different prosecutor reviewed the paperwork, he says it didn't include a reference to Brown being a sexual assault suspect or a mention that officers felt pain after the scuffle. For those reasons, the second prosecutor who reviewed the documents didn't have sufficient evidence and tried at least twice to get a hold of the investigator from UHPD, but couldn't. At that point, the charges had to be declined, which set Brown free.
When processes aren't worked through, when training isn't at its best here, terrible things happen.
It's a reason Teare says he plans to fix the intake division to ensure potentially serious cases are flagged between shifts, and all law enforcement agencies have on-call numbers for specialty prosecutors who handle cases like sexual assaults.
What I've communicated to everybody at U of H is we're not going to make the same mistake twice.
I've been thinking about the victim a lot in this case. I mean, she likely was under the impression that he was in custody. According to the records, he stole her mail, so might have some idea of where she lives. I mean, when something so serious is handled like this, what message does that send to rape survivors?
Yeah, I mean, that she's been failed so far. That's the message. And we can't go backwards. We've got to make sure that we get him off the street. We've got to make sure that we get the full measure of justice that she deserves, so that no one else can be victimized by this guy.
The way that charges ultimately got filed in this case, according to the DA, is because a special sex crimes prosecutor saw the UH rape case on the news and, realizing they hadn't accepted charges, reached out to UHPD to ultimately move the case forward. Fixing the DA's office intake department, DA Teare says, is a massive lift that will take time. On the UH campus, I'm Bryce Newberry, KPRC 2 News.